Welcome.
Welcome to what, buddy? What is this? What are we doing? Welcome to Smokey and Snobby. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to our latest episode of Smokey and the Snobby. I have my co-host back, post-finals. What's up,
Whoa! Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, buddy.
I'm back.
Glad to have you back. Auden, man about town, you finished your first semester of college.
I did finish my first semester. That's why I wasn't around for the Thor Ragnarok reviews. So
Yeah, that's right. You had you were studying for finals. How did your finals go? Everything went okay?
it went out pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. Are you ready for the next semester? You got like a month off, right?
Yeah, I'm basically a month off, so.
What are you going to do? You better answer this question, right? It's a test.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to do some things. I like riding my bicycle, and I will be focused on this podcast.
Heck yeah, you will. Busy bee.
Yep.
I'm handing stuff off because I don't get a month off. So you have to focus on a couple things. I'm hoping you pick up some of my responsibilities, I hope.
I hope I put.
I've been giving out an idea. You have like creative control over the podcast, right? The format, what we post, and things like that. So I've been pitching ideas to Auden because I'm trying to get my content on. And I was turned down today, and I'm kind of sad about it. I'm kind of sad about it.
I turned him down because there's no real reason to really point him out. It's kind of weird, especially when, well, what my dad originally wanted to do is kind of stating like things that happen on this day. And I didn't want to do that because, first of all, that didn't feel necessary for the kind of movie we're talking about.
I like learning fun facts. It doesn't matter the context.
I mean, it absolutely has to be in the context.
Sometimes it doesn't matter.
You can't just mention things randomly out of nowhere.
Auden,
It always has to have context.
Half our conversations outside of this podcast are just random thought bubbles that pop in our head.
Well, that's different.
Like the other day, you walked into the room, you're like, hey, you know James Garfield? He's a blah, 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 blah. We do that all the time. Why not do it on the podcast?
Because this is a movie-based podcast. Anything else.
No, it doesn't have to be a movie.
Yes, it does.
It's fun banter. Like the other day, I opened the door and walked in the room, and I'm like, cheese sticks, and then just closed the door and left. It doesn't need context. We laughed.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with our podcast.
Whatever.
We'll be in an argument like this for an hour or so.
Whatever. I think it was cool. A little bit of a change up.
Yep.
A little bit of a change up.
Another change up again. So what happened was that we were originally supposed to do Copland, and we actually did watch it about 2 weeks ago in Naples.
Naples? Italy?
Naples, Naples, Florida.
Oh, Naples,
man,
Florida.
Never thought about that, huh? Man, you really are uncultured. So we actually watched it, and we were like, yeah, it was all right. And then we moved on from our day. And the problem is, we forgot about it.
Yeah.
Anything that happened in the movie, we don't really remember anything too major.
We were about to start this recording, and Auden said something like, wait, do you not remember anything? He's like, I don't remember a lot from it. I don't remember enough to have a full episode.
I remember the performances and the themes and what it's really trying to say. And while I do have my own thoughts on it, we're not talking about that.
Essentially, if you like 60 Minutes on CBS, you'll like Copland. That's pretty much it.
It's a little bit more than that.
Pretty much in a nutshell.
It's a little more than that.
Please.
Yeah, there's a little bit more than that. Come on.
Okay, maybe we'll rewatch it and do a quick 15-minute overview of it for people.
Maybe,
yeah. All right, so because of that, we're like, okay, let's change it up. What movie have we seen recently that we could review?
Which we have that movie for you. We are reviewing a little movie. I don't know if any of you guys know this. It's called Jay Kelly.
Kelly. I thought it was Jay Cutler, and I was like, why are we watching a movie about football players? But
it's not that at all. It's nothing like that at all. And then I guess we'll point out the things we were interested in. So I will say why we were interested in this movie. Dad had no idea about this movie.
No, I don't know. I didn't know anything about it. Was it a pizza night movie?
It was a pizza night movie.
So every Friday we get pizza and we kind of dedicate our evening to like family movie night. And every Friday we pick a movie. Usually Auden picks a movie.
Not always. You guys usually pick movies. Sometimes I do.
Yeah. Well, and then Auden will ditch us if it's a movie he doesn't like want to see. And, you know,
It's true.
we're forced to sit through his nonsense, but our nonsense, he has the opportunity to get up and leave.
Yep.
So anyway, he wanted to watch
Jay Kelly.
There
are two reasons why I want to watch it. My first reason is that it's directed by a director I really love named Noah Baumbach, who's one of my favorite directors of all time.
What movies has Noah Baumbach done?
That's
a cool name, by the way.
It is a cool name.
Yeah,
I have to admit.
if somebody handed me their business card, whether they're a plumber, an architect, a lawyer, or, you know, a septic tank emptier, and it says Noah Baumbach, I immediately trust him.
Or Jimmy Smits. Because that is a cool name.
Jimmy Smits is a good name, too.
And Noah Baumbach is one of my favorite directors. And for people who don't know his films, he directed Marriage Story with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. And it's about a breakup.
Oh, that's why this movie was the way it was.
He's known for very grounded in nature kind of movies, very personal, very intimate kind of movies. And obviously, my dad is like a baby right now.
Not a baby.
And for the second reason I want to watch is because Adam Sandler. This is another dramatic film with Adam Sandler in it, who I think, as an actor, I think he's amazing. Usually, as a dramatic actor. And, you know, he's been getting a lot of Oscar buzz for this character that he played in the movie, and he's actually pretty good.
I can't blow any more raspberries.
All right.
Okay. So Noah Baumbach, even though I trust him to empty out my septic tank, I don't think I want him to. I don't think I'd watch. Now that I know who he is, I'm going to keep an eye out for his movies and prepare myself with, like, I don't know. I have to make myself happy before watching these movies.
I think it's good to not compare to earlier films because it's very obvious he's really trying to make the film feel very different from Marriage Story. Because Jay Kelly, tonally speaking, is very different. Like, Marriage Story is very dramatic, very emotionally devastating compared to, like, Jay Kelly, where it's not that. It is emotionally driven, though.
It's pretty devastating. Anyway, before we get into that fun stuff, let's talk about. So that's how I was introduced. By the way, this is a brand new movie, right? It came out.
This is a new movie, yeah.
It came out in November. No,
December. Actually, it came out like a few days ago.
Oh, it was just directly released to Netflix?
It actually had a limited theatrical release, but that was it. That Netflix usually does for their theatrical movies.
Gotcha. Okay, well, here's the thing. It's literally a new release then.
It is. It literally came out a few days ago on streaming.
Right, and because we don't remember enough about Copland, we decided to review a new release, which we typically haven't done yet. I mean, we really haven't.
I mean, the closest was probably Banshees of Inisherin.
I think Ghosted was newer than that.
Oh yeah, Ghosted was newer than that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ghosted was probably the newest film, and that was 2 years ago. So this is like hot off the presses, and we're going to do a review. So before we begin diving into this, whoever hasn't seen the movie is looking forward to see the movie. Stop listening here. I don't like to tell our listeners to stop listening, but I don't want to spoil the movie for you. It's not that big a deal, but we are going to spoil the living crap out of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that disclaimer,
okay,
tell us a little bit about this movie, Auden, and what it's about from your perspective.
Okay.
And then, kind of your first impressions, like what's your first feelings about this movie? Okay. I already know what they are, and it disappoints me terribly.
I know what they are for you. So Jay Kelly is about a movie, and he's this very well-known actor, one of the most acclaimed actors in the world. And in the movie, he meets up with a friend named Timothy, who was a friend he's known since acting school, and they interacted with each other in a bar, and it convinced Jay Kelly that, wait a minute, my life actually has more meaning than doing movies. And he tries to build connections with his daughters, and him kind of struggling to connect with them
throughout their life.
Yeah, throughout their lives.
So they're now adults, his children.
now they're adults, and Jay Kelly goes to a trip to France, but then he went to a train. To Italy to try meeting up with his youngest daughter.
And that's the movie.
Yeah.
So
a little bit more than that,
right?
But,
essentially, it's a mirror of George Clooney's kind of career, like his stardom, right? George Clooney, this guy is a superstar. He's a movie star of old. And so is George Clooney. He's kind of last of the movie stars. And they quote it in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie, he is like, Jay Kelly is the last of the movie stars, which there's a scene like that where he's kind of looking in the mirror and he keeps naming, some of the most well-known Hollywood figures alike, like Cary Grant. He's like, Cary Grant, Jay Kelly. Like, he names that, like...
Get over yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's really what it is. He's kind of this movie star. He's very well known. He can't go out in public without being pestered. And, all of that stuff that kind of maybe George Clooney goes through in his real life, right?
Probably, but the thing is, I'm sure George Clooney knows how to balance his life.
I don't know. I don't know if he can just go to the grocery store and pick up milk. Like, this character couldn't do it. He can't. He probably can't easily do it either. He's got a very distinct face. George Clooney is terribly charming.
I just like his voice. He's very charismatic, which obviously it shows in Jay Kelly that he is. But honestly, this is one of his best performances in recent years because it feels like we haven't seen him in a while. George Clooney.
I don't know. I feel like he's playing a depressed Danny Ocean.
I wouldn't say close. I wouldn't say it's like Danny Ocean at all, like a depressed.
Well, he's charismatic and like sad. They play make believe, and it's not the real person we see on screen in their real life, and there's costs to it, and that's kind of what this movie talks about. It all kind of starts off with him going to the funeral of his mentor, Paul,
who is a director who first recognized him in the movie,
and Paul is played by the actor from Harry Potter,
Jim Broadbent.
Yeah, that does the potions, but that gave Voldemort the idea for the Horcruxes. Remember? He's that guy.
Oh, he's that guy? Okay.
Yeah, he converts to a couch when his house gets attacked. It's that guy. So it's hard to look at that face and then see a serious role because honestly...
I mean, he's a versatile actor. I mean,
he is, but I only remember him from Harry Potter and the Bridget Jones series. He plays Bridget Jones' dad.
Okay.
So, and when they go to the Tarts and Vicars party, he dresses up as a vicar and his daughter dresses up as Tart, but nobody told them that they changed it. Changed it to just like a formal guy. Anyway, so he goes to his funeral and it's his mentor, right? It's like his mentor. He gave him his first break.
His first break and his first role. And that leads into a friend he meets up with named Timothy.
Played by Billy Crudup, who's really good.
I think he's really great in the movie. And honestly, by far...
But he's only in it for like, 10 minutes?
He's not in the movie much. He does appear in the movie sporadically in some of the scenes, mainly like in the flashback scenes.
Yeah. So,
and right at the end of the movie.
He's at the end of the movie?
Yeah, he does.
I don't remember.
Which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, we literally just watched this movie like 2 days ago. I don't freaking remember. Essentially, this whole movie is him being kind of a mirror thrown in his face by Billy Crudup. The character's name is Tim. And they were both in an acting class together. They went to an audition together. George Clooney's character just goes to support his friend, but he bombs. So Clooney takes the opportunity to go, hey, can I audition? And he got the part. So that's that.
Which is kind of a little selfish.
Yeah, but I think in that industry, you have to, like, if an opportunity arises, you have to take it. It's a cutthroat business.
Which in a way kind of had a negative impact on his life, in a way, in his movie life.
Right. And then this guy kind of blames him for ruining his aspirations of becoming an actor. Which, I don't think it was his fault. I think you bombed. You bombed the audition, dude. Like, why shouldn't he have the opportunity to get the part? They wouldn't give him another chance. They don't usually, it seems like, in that space. It seems like you have to have very thick skin to be an actor or an actress. Mm-hmm. And this movie kind of displays that. It displays that in a way where Clooney comes out on top and then goes on to superstardom. And Tim, honestly, he seems like he had a nice life. He's like a pediatrician and crap.
Yeah, in a way, which actually reminded Jay Kelly that I think life has more meaning than just, being a movie star.
Well, that's the thing. I think Tim Crudup coveted his life, and then Clooney realized that Tim's life is actually, he's lived a better life than he has. He has all of this wealth and all of this prestige and all this fame.
He hangs out with his family, and, he actually has a nice little life. And that's what made Jay Kelly realize that, hey, maybe I should try to connect with my daughters and try to, I think, reconcile with people I didn't.
Yeah, but he's kind of, it's not because he's an actor. I just don't think he was a great dad. Whether he was a pediatrician, a steel worker, or an actor, I think the outcome would have been the same, just because of the character's personality. That's what I mean. Like, there is no redeeming qualities of him personally.
Yeah, no. I mean, hell, he goes to a psychiatry with his daughter.
Yeah, and then he goes and his youngest daughter is graduating high school, and he says, "Oh, I have 2 weeks before my next film. Let's spend as much time together as we can after that ordeal." And she's like, "Nah, I'm going away to Europe for the summer with my friends." The kids are used to him not being around, so they've moved on with their lives. They've built their own life without their father in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he's not a bad father. Like he wasn't a bad father, but he was just a dad that was there but not there. He wasn't present in their lives.
Yeah, and that also probably applied. And one thing I like about Jay Kelly is that he feels like a fleshed out character, and we actually know a bit of insight to his own life, his own personal life.
Too many flashbacks. I mean, there was moments where you didn't know what was going on it.
But I think my thing is that I think the movie isn't very subtle in terms of its themes, and I wish like Noah Baumbach kind of left you interpreting the movie's themes, because I think it constantly reminds you of it. Like with Timothy's character, one movie that Jay Kelly did with this girl, and was talking about how she moved on from his life and talked about going to like Seattle.
Who cares?
I mean, it's pretty important when you're talking to a film talking about a film like this.
Well, but that's the thing. We don't even every time he looks in a mirror, they do a flashback, and they flash back to something, and there's some key parts that are important in the flashbacks. That's fine. I don't mind those.
They were pretty important.
But then there was like random flashbacks of just him. It's like him thinking. So they'll flash back to that scene with Seattle Girl or whoever, but we don't see her in the movie. Like she's not a character in the present day life of this
I wish
man.
we would see her in the movie, and I think that's kind of one of my problems too, is I wish the movie was a bit longer.
What's he going to do? Invite her to on this trip?
I mean, she kind of is a big deal to him because she is like this, like...
Not big enough to invite her to this thing.
She kind of stopped being an actress too. That's the thing about her.
So what? You can stay connected to these people.
That's the problem. They didn't.
Don't let it go to your head. That's what I mean. His personality is of that. You know what I mean? He doesn't know how to get close to people.
Yeah.
And it's all surface level stuff with his employees. Mm-hmm. And so he decides, what does he do? He decides his daughter's, he's like, "Oh, I'll come with you." And she's like, "No, don't come." She doesn't want him to come. She's with her friends. It's like you going on a road trip with your friends.
And it's a bit awkward. And it leads to one of the most awkward scenes in the train where he's like trying to interact with his daughter.
Yeah, it's stupid. And that's what I mean.
And it's really kind of weird the way he got there is through like one of like his daughter's friends' mom.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't rooting for him at all, but I also didn't want him to fail. I wanted a happy ending, right? But he doesn't listen. He doesn't care. He steamrolls it.
We kind of get a bit of a happy ending.
If you're going on, let's say you're going on a road trip to Miami with your friends.
Okay.
And I go, "Oh, Auden, you're going to start school soon, and I'm going to travel for work for the next 6 months. I'll come along." You and I get along really well.
Yeah.
I think we have a pretty good relationship. You would still go, "Dad, knock it off."
Well, when you said Jay Kelly was a bad movie, I knew.
It was the beginning of the end.
That was the beginning of the end.
Of our relationship.
Yeah.
I'm slowly chipping away at our bond every time we do a podcast. But honestly, with some of the movies you've picked, you've chipped away at my bond with it too. So.
I also too I want to say that George Clooney is very good in the movie. Not only is he charismatic, we do see a bit of his vulnerable side, especially at the end of the movie.
Dude. 0. When we get to the end of this, I'll explain why I didn't like this movie.
And then I can't believe we kind of come a long way without mentioning about Adam Sandler's character here.
Shampoo is better.
And I think in a way his character Ron is like the opposite of Jay Kelly.
I think Adam Sandler has typecast himself in these serious movies.
I say this character is very
This
different.
is like the 8th movie he's done where he's an agent. Or a manager of somebody.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he was an agent. He was a super agent in Grown Ups. He was a agent in that basketball movie he did.
But you're just saying like movies are completely different. Like
Doesn't
Grown
matter.
Ups
He plays the same kind of thing, same job in all these movies.
I don't know. It's pretty different to me, at least.
I don't know.
It's pretty different to me.
I don't know. To me, it's both sides of the same coin. It's like George Costanza doing Art Vandelay. Adam Sandler just plays an agent as Art Vandelay.
I will say this about the movie is I think my problem is that I wish the movie focused more on the relationship, because right at the end of the movie, it makes it pretty obvious that their relationship is like the most important thing about the movie.
Well, no, the Adam Sandler. So Adam is he his manager? He's his manager.
He's his manager.
Right.
Yeah.
So Adam Sandler is Jay Kelly, George Clooney's manager, we see the relationship between those two from Adam Sandler's perspective. The whole movie. He calls him puppy. He calls all his people puppy. It was
I mean, I guess you could interpret it that way.
I love Sandler. Right?
Oh, yeah?
Sandler's one of my favorites. In any movie he does, I'll sit down and watch Sandler anytime.
Not every movie.
Every movie. Little Nicky, the one where he plays the sister and the brother.
Jack.
Loved it.
Jill.
Yeah, Jack and Jill. What was the other one?
I can't believe you like that movie.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was great.
We're not even going to talk about right now. But.
Because I just love the bits. In this movie, there's no bits. In this movie, Adam Sandler plays a serious role. He's hyper emotional.
Yeah, my problem is I wish he's in the movie more because we don't really see
his character's
enough
a little.
Of it.
His character, even though he's sincere, comes off as fake. Does that make sense?
I don't agree with that at all.
He loves Jay.
I don't know. It makes
but
it
the
personal.
way he talks to him is the way somebody talks to their client.
But also too, I think
he does generally.
Also too, they've known each other for 34 years. They've that's why he kind of refers to him as Poppy. They kind of have this little personal relationship.
No, but he has another actor that he manages that shows up in Italy. They're going to share this award in Tuscany together.
Yeah, and those are the only.
He calls him Puppy too. He's not. And then
also too because they've known both of each other for a long time.
So he might have a genuine appreciation and love for his clients,
and it shows that
it does. But he keeps trying to portray himself as their friend.
But I mean, they were.
Friend. I don't think they were, buddy.
I think they kind of seemed like friends.
I think he thought they were friends with his acts. Laura Dern is in this too,
she is as Liz.
As the publicist, and she goes on this train ride and all this stuff with them as well. And she says it the best in the movie. She goes, "You invited him to your daughter's Sweet 16. Did he invite you to his daughter's Sweet 16?" And he didn't. That's kind of the thing. If they were friends, it wouldn't even be a thing. It's like Uncle John inviting me to a birthday party, and then me not inviting him to mine. It's a indication that I don't consider him the same level of friends as he considers me. Right. So that's the point she's making. And Laura Dern was great in this movie.
She was pretty good. Again, she's not in the movie.
It was like a star-studded cast, man.
Yeah, it was like a star-studded cast. And I will say she's not in the movie much as I was really expecting it to. And there was potentially interesting things what they could have done with Ron, but I feel like they don't really explore it too much because we know
Ron. Who's Ron?
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
And they've known each other for a while, and they broke up. And
there's a backstory between Adam Sandler and Laura Dern.
And I wish we would have seen a little bit more of that.
Yeah,
and I wish Liz didn't kind of wasn't there halfway through the movie because she kind of doesn't show up in the second half.
So the whole point is now he has this fight with Billy Crudup. He says, "I'm not going to do that movie," right? He says, "I'm quitting acting. I'm going to go chase my daughter in France." And then Adam Sandler convinces him to take the Tuscany award, some award that he was refusing to take the award in Tuscany that they were trying to offer Clooney. And then finally convinces him. No, he doesn't convince him. He tells them there's no way George Clooney is going to accept this award. So he offers it. He tells them, offer it to my other client. Who's that guy? I forgot. Oh, Ben Alcock, Patrick Wilson. He's in, what movie was he?
Patrick Wilson?
Yeah.
He was in the Conjuring movie.
Oh, the guy from the Conjuring.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's Adam Sandler's other client. So see, this is what I mean. Adam Sandler, he acts like he's their friend.
He's actually pretty good though in that scene. He does show a bit of emotion that he feels.
When?
He gets emotional when he found out that he got fired.
Yeah, because he's crying. It's fake. That's what I mean. He doesn't really, he's crying because he got fired, not because he's losing a friend. That's the point I'm making. He gets them to give that guy the award.
I mean, he literally says they've been friends for 34 years while he's talking.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Nobody, if you notice, they're not saying it back to him. They're not agreeing with him. They're just sitting silently.
Maybe it's just
that.
I can see that a little bit.
It's trust me, it's strictly business. Just from the way his character is talking, it's not real. Although he thinks it's real, right? He genuinely thinks he's being real, but when he speaks, you go, oh, it's fake. Anyway. So he convinces this Italian committee to give that guy, Conjuring guy, the award. George Clooney decides he's going to go to France, and then he goes, oh, you know what? Might as well go to Tuscany, and I'll invite all my children to this event, and I'll accept the award. So now they're both getting the award. Here's the thing. He's supposed to go on this new movie in 2 days and they're losing their minds, and he's contractually obligated, right? So blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 all that stuff. So he's got, now his entire team is going on this journey with him last minute.
Yep.
And they're all stuck going to it. And that's when we learn about Laura Dern's character and Adam Sandler's character being like a long lost love.
Yeah.
From 30 years prior. And he was going to propose to her in Paris, but didn't because she had to go take care of something for George Clooney's character. Remember? That's why it didn't work out.
And that's how much they were pretty much dedicated to Jake Kelly's own life.
Right. They've dedicated their entire lives to this guy. This guy's treated them like employees, essentially.
Basically.
Yeah. They've gone above and beyond for their 15% commission. So, yeah, that's kind of the movie. George Clooney is now going through this existential crisis. He's inviting people he hasn't talked to. His dad, he invites his dad, who I guess he doesn't get along with or hasn't spoken to really. And, you know, they're kind of loggerheads.
And it shows that I think by the moment he leaves his dad, he just kind of just like leaves pretty much halfway through the party.
Right. This guy has never had any emotional connection with his family.
It's kind of sad, actually, that everyone just kind of
It's very sad.
didn't show up.
Yeah. It's the whole movie is trying to connect with his kids. He keeps calling his one daughter that he went to the psychiatrist with. They went to a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist started reading a bunch of stuff, and George Clooney shut down and he just left. And so he doesn't really get along with his children. There's like a deep-seated resentment the kids have of their father for being absent, essentially. So they don't care that they're rich. They don't care that they're all their needs are taken care of. And again, it's perspective. When something's missing, it becomes obvious, right? So you could be rich and still feel empty. And that's really what this movie's about. You could have all the things you've dreamt of and still feel empty. And that's what George Clooney ends up kind of feeling like in this movie.
This is the first time I actually agree with you.
Yeah.
This is actually something I would definitely agree with.
But it leads to why I don't like the movie.
Oh, what is your reason?
There's zero growth in this man this whole time.
I mean, you do feel it a little bit right at the end of the movie.
He knows he's a fraud.
My problem is
He's a fraud to the people that matter to him. That's the key. We're looking at him as the actor, Jay Kelly.
Yeah.
But every time the person, Jay Kelly, is confronted with the people he cares about, they don't care about him. And he doesn't care what the public thinks. He does, but purely for business.
It's like a little too late. It's like too late by this point.
What is?
You know, for him to like reconcile with these people that he's known throughout his entire life.
Yeah, buddy. Time flies. Time moves very quickly. And you don't want to waste it.
Yeah. And I think also one of my problems with the movie, I think really came down to, you know, Jay Kelly's scene with Ron in the end, near the end of the movie. You know, he's going to this taxi and then just things are kind of like instantly resolved between them, even though I didn't have any real emotional attachment in between both of their relationships. I think there are glimpses of that, but we don't really give a sense that they...
But it's because the movie, there was a lot going on in the movie and a lot of different like little sub-stories going on in the movie and all these little relationships he has with people. They land in France, right?
Yeah.
And they're all upset that they had to come tag along on this trip with George Clooney because he decided he's going to do this, you know, he's going to follow his daughter around Europe for the summer, which she said not to.
That's also one of my problems is really the train sequence. I just felt like it was a little aimless after like the flashback between the girl he knows.
It just helped carry the movie longer, right? Because because they get off this plane, they find out that the daughter isn't going to this jazz festival in Paris and they're going straight to Italy on their little European adventure for the summer. So he's like, okay, we're going to take the train. And they're all confused. They're like, there's a jet right here. Why don't we just freaking fly to Tuscany? But he wants to get on this train that they don't have tickets to, that doesn't have VIP access. Remember, he's a superstar. Everybody is going to recognize him. So they get on this stupid train where they're, you know, sitting with all the normal people.
And, you know, he's like trying to invite them to his own like little like festival.
Yeah, this place that's going to give him an award. It's like the small Tuscan village in Italy, and he's inviting an entire train full of people to it.
And then they got excited for it because, you know, Jay Kelly is like the most acclaimed and popular actor in that world.
It is like George Clooney hopping on a Amtrak and going, "Hey guys, nice to meet you. Do you want to come to the Golden Globes?" And
then there's a moment where he's kind of viewed as this hero, and where he's kind of stopping this like robber.
That was a funny. Okay. So if there was a cringiest scene, to me, that was cringy and kind of my favorite scene at the same time.
It's not even seen.
One of the passengers is an old lady that was on the train. This, I don't know, Dutch guy. This Dutch guy just grabs her purse, pulls the emergency brake on the train, and just starts running away. Like, I don't know what happened and why he was stealing this old lady's purse. She had nothing in it. And what the desire was to steal. There was so many other people's purses to steal that probably had stuff in it. I didn't get it. I didn't understand why it happened.
I don't know. I guess the way I interpret it is just
random.
I guess he thought that was something meaningful in his life and wanted to do something like that. Like being an actual hero.
No, I'm not talking about George Clooney. I'm talking about the guy that stole the purse. Oh. Like, out of all the things to steal, you're going to steal this 80-year-old woman's purse that probably has Kleenex in it.
I guess from the front alone, I guess he had like mental issues.
I don't get it.
From the other guy that was...
All I'm saying is there was other purses to steal except 80-year-old woman's Kleenex and butterscotch.
But one thing I like, after that scene,
yeah,
you know, they put him in the police officer. It's like, this guy had mental issues. You're crazy for...
Yeah, they said he has mental issues, which obviously he does. He didn't look like a thief. He was wearing like a cycling uniform.
Yeah, they have like...
Change, bro. Change before you get on the train. I don't understand. Did you ride the Tour de France and then hop on the train at the end? Just put on a pair of jeans. I don't know.
And then Jay Kelly's kind of left, like, just not proud of that moment.
Why isn't he proud of it?
Because, you know, you see that dinner scene with his dad and his, like, overall family in the Italian home, and he kind of feels embarrassed that they know about it.
Well, all right. This is why I thought this is the part that was funny of this cringiest scene is they do the camera's following George Clooney chase this guy, and you start to see, you know, like you said, George Clooney, the actor, is a charismatic, charming man. But watching him run in his 60s is kind of funny. You could see his age has caught up to him. And don't get me wrong, I'm not insulting the man. Anybody in their 60s that can run the way he ran is impressive.
I mean, Tom Cruise is still capable of doing that.
Yeah, but that's Tom Cruise, and that's what he does. George Clooney doesn't do a lot of like action movies, right? But just the way he was running, you can tell, oh, this is an old man running. and maybe because he felt like a fraud is that he didn't catch the guy. I think the guy just got tired and sat down, and he eventually caught up to him. So that to me was the cringiest kind of scene, but also the funniest scene, just watching him and Sandler run. He's got this bodyguard too that tripped on himself and like twisted his ankle. It's
he did
like
that.
a ragtag. Like, none of these people should be chasing anybody. What they should be doing is screaming, "Police, police!"
It does have funny moments for sure. Like, I think one of the funnier moments is, you know, the fact that they went to a private jet in France and then they had to go to a train.
Yeah, that whole thing was... Yeah, the whole setup was funny.
It was pretty funny, and it does have levity to it.
And they're all losing their minds over it. And then, what's her name? Emily Mortimer is in this movie, too. And if you don't know who Emily Mortimer is, she's a great actress. I remember her from 30 Rock.
She's not in the movie too much.
No, she's the stylist.
She doesn't have much lines. Which, fun fact, she actually co-wrote the movie with Noah Baumbach.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So that's interesting, too. Mm-hmm. So she co-wrote the movie. I remember her from 30 Rock because she plays Alec Baldwin's love interest in one of the seasons. And to me, what stood out in that is, you know, she suffered from like brittle bone syndrome, so you couldn't really touch her. She was funny. She was hilarious in that. But yeah, she plays a stylist, and she's all mad because she was offered to style. Who's the French president at the time? Macron.
Oh, Macron. Like when 30 Rock was out?
No. In this movie.
Oh yeah.
She was
Macron.
complaining on the tarmac. She was like, no, we were supposed to spend a day here.
Emmanuel Macron.
Yeah, I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go style Emmanuel Macron. So she ends up like, she ditches them and goes to Emmanuel Macron.
Yeah,
right?
basically. I mean, it's a big deal.
Yeah. So she, you know, it's a big deal to her. So she ditches Jay, and now Adam Sandler has to style.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So, but on the train, there's just a bunch of funny moments. He finds his daughter. She gets really mad. She asks he's like, how did you find me? And he admits. What did he admit to her? How did he find her? What was the thing?
I think just through his friend's mom.
Oh,
her friend's mom.
Her friend's mom. That's right. Her friend's mom was tracking her daughter through credit card purchases. So he was getting info from there.
And she calls her mom's like, this is the most embarrassing thing.
That's right. The friend calls the mom and flips out.
One thing I like in that scene is I like that the boyfriend isn't embarrassed. Like, he's like his own little filmmaker because, you know, he has like his own film camera and he's like having a blast talking to him. That's what I like. I like that he isn't like...
If I saw my daughter kissing a strange man on a train in Europe, I'd punch him in the face.
Honestly, I like that it doesn't go for the trope where Jay Kelly, you think he would be like overprotective over his daughter, but
He was gritting his teeth in that scene. He was biting his tongue.
a little bit, but
If there was to be a cut scene of like what he was thinking, it would have been of him choking that guy out, Homer Simpson style.
it's okay. Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would like this random dude, and he doesn't. His daughter's just turned 18, so he still looks at his daughter as a child. But he handled it well. He was charming, right? He was charming.
Yeah.
That's that's the way it was.
And then now we get to the ending.
No, it wasn't. No, he ends up in Tuscany. He goes to a dinner. His father meets up with him, and his father's another character. And you start to see why Jay kind of subconsciously is the way he is, because his father's a bit of a inattentive father too. Like he's present, but he's not there.
No.
Yeah. So
I mean, he literally kind of just kind of leaves the festival.
yeah, they start the last act of the movie is them in Tuscany, and one of them is the father comes to join them, and he's busting his chops and doing all this stuff. His father gets drunk, and what happens after that? Something happens.
He goes to a taxi. I mean, I think bleeds in his shirt. I think.
Yeah, he gets hurt, and then he just tells his son, "I want to leave." He's like, "No, but just stay for tomorrow. Stay until tomorrow. Stay for me." And he wouldn't stay. He just got in the car and left. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. So his whole plan was his one daughter that he went to therapy with he got tickets for her to come. The other daughter that is in Europe, he offered her to come. And then the father, at this point, he's in Tuscany all by himself with Adam Sandler.
Pretty much.
Adam Sandler is there with his two clients, Conjuring Guy and George Clooney.
Or Ben.
Ben.
Ben Elk.
And Ben Alstock was his name?
Yeah.
Ben Clown Rock. Ben.
And I was going to say, in a way, I think the more I think about it, it's really about, the connections Jay Kelly makes with the people around him.
Ben Alcock. That's his name.
And it's about, I think the more I think about it, it's really about Jay Kelly's connections with his other people that he's known.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah. And he doesn't want this sense of loneliness.
Yeah, he had this, again, right? He's an actor, and he thought he had this pie in the sky dream that if he chased his daughter, she would embrace him and say, "This is what I wanted." It's the opposite of what she wanted. In reality, that's not how it works.
No.
And I think that's the part of it that I liked, that there was a certain reality to this movie, that it's not going to end up the way it ends up.
And I like how real Noah Baumbach's dialogue truly feels, because it doesn't feel like a fake movie that would usually have a character fully embracing them being overworking or just not really talking with their family, but keeps it very real when it comes to their interactions.
Yeah, but like I said, I wasn't rooting for this clown, the character, right?
Yeah.
Just because you're just watching him fall flat on his face every time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's of his own doing. He just doesn't know how to handle real relationships with people. I also don't like movies that are just sad.
I mean, it kind of is that.
It's terribly sad.
I don't know how to tell you that. That's what the movie is really trying to be.
Yeah, but man, again,
maybe it's just not for you. If you don't like sad movies, I think that's fine.
I mean, the way the movie's set up, you expect something happy to happen. Nothing happy happens.
I mean, there's glimpses of that.
No.
I mean,
give me an example.
Like him.
Adam Sandler, what? What happened?
No, Jay Kelly pretty much just being the hero of that day before,
Oh, with the thief?
Yeah, with the thief.
Okay, that's a nice thing that happened. But then it turns out that, the guy really wasn't a thief. He was just, he's just off his medication.
Yeah, and I mean, in a way, that's right. A little bit of that.
The way that should have ended, if it was me writing that movie,
okay,
the guy stole it, and they caught him, and it turns out he's been doing this for years, and now George Clooney caught him. That, to me, is happy. This, he catches the guy, only to find out that this guy has his own problems, and it's not as fulfilling catching a thief that really doesn't know they're being a thief. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, that wasn't happy, right? There is no happy moment in this movie at all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It is sad through and through. It is sad because he's trying to reconnect with his kids. He doesn't know how, and he's lost them. It's sad that his closest people that he interacts with, he considers employees. Adam Sandler, Laura Dern, Emily Mortimer, all these people are the closest thing to them. And he doesn't turn to them for anything. And then he gets into a fight with Billy Crudup. Nothing happens, except he realizes that, this guy's life is more fulfilling than mine, and I need to do that. So he's still keeping up with his friend, who is still better than him.
I think is still like one of the best scenes in the movie, because not only does it retextualize the overall themes, and while again my problem is I think it didn't like beat you over the head over its themes, because I think it does that a couple times when it came to the girl from Seattle, the girl that went to Seattle, and Timothy, and it kind of just beats you over the head over it, without actually allowing the audience to kind of interpret the themes of the movie. And we already know by that point with like Timothy, talking to Jay Kelly about, his own life.
Yeah. I thought that was going to be a good moment. So in that bar scene in the beginning where I
thought it was a great scene.
Well, no, I thought it was going to be a happy moment. It was two old friends reconnecting.
I mean, it started out as that, and then it kind of slowly...
It turned into a fist fight between them two, and the other guy told him, "You stole my life."
Which in a way is kind of funny.
No, it's funny, but it's still terribly sad.
It's funny, but it's tragic.
Right. I think the scene was funny. Two old men trying to fight. But yeah, that's essentially... Some of these things were set up where you're like, oh, finally, this guy's going to have like some semblance of happiness. The outcome he wants is going to happen. That's the whole movie. You kind of sit at the edge of your seat going, oh, good, what a nice moment to finally have. And he has this realization. It never happens. It never comes.
I mean, it kind of happens.
So sit back and relax, because you're going to be sad in this movie.
It kind of happens right at the end of the movie with Ron, or Adam Sandler's character.
Yeah, so his father leaves. He's all alone now. Like, there's literally... Did Adam Sandler leave at that point, too?
He was almost going to.
Yeah, he was getting ready to. They were fighting again. And he's like, "I love you, puppy." And he's like, "Why don't you love me back?"
He says, "I have 15% of my income."
Right. He goes, "Do friends take 15% of my income?" And that was the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Because they were arguing about it. And he's, "Why don't you..."
And he gets upset.
Yeah, he gets upset.
He thinks he doesn't really treat him that much of a friend as he really wanted.
Yeah, he treats him as a commodity. Right?
Yeah.
He says all the right things to get him to do what he wants him to. And that's why Adam Sandler's character is he may be feeling one way, but what comes out of his mouth is completely different.
I always kind of thought his character is like the opposite of Jay Kelly. He feels like he has his life in control. He's really connecting with his kids.
Who?
Ron, Adam Sandler's character.
Oh, Adam Sandler.
He's always there with his kids,
Right. He doesn't have to deal with the fame, but he also has sacrificed a lot of his life for this guy, but it's his job. At the end of the day, if you have a job and you have a family to take care of and get used to a certain lifestyle, all these dudes are driving around in Range Rovers. Sandler doesn't need to drive in a Range Rover. He could drive a Toyota Corolla and not do it. But no, he likes the money. So it's his job.
I just wish the movie developed more of an emotional core between two of them, because it kind of seemed a little obvious right at the end of the movie that they were the emotional core. And I wish I felt a little
You felt that? You felt that there was an emotional connection at the end of the movie?
I felt like there was.
So, okay. Let's explain the end of the movie, because...
So, they're actually, in a movie theater.
No. Before that. Because they got into that fight the night before the award.
Yeah.
Sandler quits and he's leaving. So now Clooney is really alone. Literally, none of his employees, none of his family, nobody. It's just him. He's all alone. And
just a lot of people that he doesn't really know.
Right. So he ends up like storming off into the Italian countryside in the middle of the night.
Which I guess you can view as a literal and figurative thing for his character. He feels like lost and he has no idea what to do.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's running again, which is funny. It's funny watching.
He's running up that hill.
Right. I don't know who convinced him. He should have had them cut that out.
And he has that call with his daughter, which I thought was really well done.
Well, in the woods? When he runs away, he's all alone?
Yeah, and he calls up his older daughter.
Oh, and this last ditch effort to get her to come.
Yeah, and then obviously didn't work because she was busy.
I don't know. It was a weird scene because she's standing. The visual is he's in the woods. He's talking to her. By the way, I don't know how he had cell service in the middle of the woods.
I guess that could be a little bit of a logical kind of thing, but it's not really too much of an issue for me.
But instead of it just him talking to his phone, you know how in movies if somebody's talking on the phone, they also play in the other person talking that isn't in the shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This time they showed them walking side by side and talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take it back. That was a cringy scene.
I don't think that's cringy.
Just talk on the phone. Stop. We get it. You're on the phone. Don't add confusion. I was confused for a second. I was like, wait, is she there? Where'd she show up? I think I might have like looked down and looked up and she was there.
He just genuinely feels she's like right there alongside him. It feels that way.
Yeah.
And it could just be, that's kind of what he wanted. He wanted his daughter to be there and show up for him, but
yeah.
that didn't happen.
He had the world to give her too. He's like, I can have you here in 24 hours. I'll just tell me, and I'll send a plane over. Like he had all the resources to give his family the opportunity to come, and they all said no. She said no too, right?
Yeah, she didn't say yes.
Yeah, she said no as well. She's like a teacher in San Diego, and she loves that life instead. Sad movie.
And then he reconciles with Ron. Yay!
Yeah, because somehow in between all this, he wanders the woods all night. Did he get hit by the taxi?
He did.
He gets hit by this taxi. Happens to be Adam Sandler leaving before the award ceremony. So he convinces him. He convinces him to come.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the scene exactly. I just remember going, oh, this isn't really a reconciliation. They're just kind of making up.
It feels that way. It feels more like a reconciliation, I feel like, right at the end. You'll see why.
I guess. So now he's not alone again. Adam Sandler's with him. And that's a good indication of like, he's back to square one. He doesn't really have friends. He doesn't have any family that are deeply connected with him, right? It's all kind of surface level. They respect him and they honor him, but they don't really want to participate in his life.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty much.
So, and it's also, you know what? It's last minute. Like last minute, he's like, come to Tuscany. No, bro, I'm a teacher. I got work to do. Like you can't, just because you have the means to stop doing everything, that doesn't mean I can. And the daughter wanted to be with her friends, and the father is a crackpot. So now they're watching this sizzle reel of, were they like George Clooney movies?
Yeah, which is what made me realize, wait a minute, this is a a meta version of George Clooney's career.
Yeah, so they do this
it's a compilation of all of his films.
A what? A compilation?
Of like all of Jay Kelly's, or more specifically, George Clooney's movies.
Instead of coming up with a bunch of fake movie scenes, I think they just used actual movie scenes from George Clooney's career.
Yeah, right? Which is a good indication that this is indeed like a reflection of George Clooney's own career.
Except Batman. They didn't show any scenes.
They didn't show that. But I do like the scenes where it shows, his daughters are like performing in front of him. And it kind of, it's like, it's
what? Yeah. In the thing they played that, or that's in his head?
I'm pretty sure that's probably in his head.
Wait, I don't remember that. So he's watching on the screen inside this theater. He's watching his movies, but he's in his head picturing like the home videos his daughters made.
Not really home videos. It's not at least recorded that way, but it kind of set up this like scene with like the Kelly and the Kellys. With his like daughters, and I think
I don't remember.
I think his youngest daughter, brought that up in the beginning of the movie. It's then showing like all the characters that are basically been around his entire life, just kind of watching alongside him,
but nobody's there.
Nobody is there
except the Sandman. It's a Billy Madison. God
dang it.
Chalamet. Yeah, it ends with him and just Sandler sitting there. Kind of movie ends. What does he say? He says something at the end.
I wish I would experience his life again.
Is that what he said?
I think it's something like that.
Yeah, you're paraphrasing. Let's see if we can find that.
I'm paraphrasing it, but I think it's probably my favorite line in the movie if we were going to name the quote.
And that's why I didn't like this movie.
He breaks the fourth wall, which I guess in a way comes out of nowhere, but in a way I see it as he just wants to
he wants a do-over. Essentially,
he basically, that's what I was going to say. He just wanted to do a do-over in his life because he feels like unfulfilled in his life.
Right. All the sizzle reels, the compilation stops, his thinking stops, and he just looks directly into the camera and he goes, "Can we go again? I'd like another." Which, it means he wants a do-over in life and he would do things different.
Basically, yeah.
And he's crying.
He gets a little emotional, and I think that's a really great moment to show his vulnerable acting.
That's why this movie is stupid.
I don't think it's stupid.
Not one person he made a connection with. No growth. No nothing. And he's sitting there feeling sorry for himself at the end of the movie. I want to do it over again. Well, give us something. Give us a morsel. At least the daughter said, "Hey, Dad, I can't make it, but I'd love to see you. Come to San Diego when you get home." Give him some hope. Guy's got no hope. That's it. He's got nothing. Might as well build a shack in the Tuscan countryside and sit and stare at the horizon. What's left? I don't like that in movies because if I walk away sad, I'm mad. Sad equals mad for Dad. All that rhyme, baby. Sad equals mad for dad.
Maybe it's just not for you because that's exactly what
It
it's
isn't for
trying
me.
to be.
It isn't for me. That's why that other movie, Noah Baumbach, Esquire, did.
Yeah, very funny. Yeah.
I watched that movie. It's not a bad movie.
No, Marriage Story is an amazing film.
Amazing film.
It is an amazing film. What are you talking about?
Maybe visually it is. Maybe storyline.
That's also the case with Jay Kelly because Jay Kelly is a very beautifully made movie.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Beautifully made movie.
It has like
It's a drama.
I guess it has a very like 4:3 aspect ratio, which I guess shows how like intimate the movie truly feels of Jay Kelly's life.
Oh, it was filmed on a separate film.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. Okay, it's supposed to make you feel sad?
It's supposed to be.
I don't want to watch these movies. Next time you see a movie and say, Dad, I want to watch this movie, I'm going to ask you. I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to do my little rhyme with you. Is it sad? And you say yes. Then I'm going to be mad.
Okay.
That's why I didn't like the movie. There was zero growth. Even though you may or may not be rooting for him to make a connection.
He is likable, Jay Kelly, and that's...
The actor is like... The actor Jay Kelly is like... The person Jay Kelly, you kind of want to punch in the nuts. Because he does things he's not supposed to do. He essentially behaves with the people he's supposed to love as if they're props in his life.
Okay.
And when he wants to make that deeper connection with them, those props turn on him. Say, no, this is as far as I will go with you. That's what I'll do with you if you make me watch another sad movie. You'll become a prop in my life.
All right.
You'll become my official water getter. That's the only thing
I don't know about that.
Auden is always gracious enough. And I'm sitting and I'm thirsty to get me a cup of ice water. I've become your grandfather.
Uh-huh. Yep.
You know, Grandpa used to do that. He'd call you into the room, and he'd call anybody into the room. It's not just me. He'd be at somebody's house, and he would hold up his cup to whoever was standing, and he would do one of these. You can't see me, but he would do one of these. It's nuts. Make a chupet. And I do that to Auden now, and I get a kick out of it. I remember Grandpa. So thank you, Auden, for getting me water. That shows how tight me and Auden's relationship is.
Not too tight.
What? You're my boy, Blue. You're my best friend, man. Am I your best friend?
Well, more than. So I guess now we'll kind of give our ratings on the movie. So, all right, I guess I'll...
Yeah, go ahead. No, you give it your 8 or 9 out of 10, whatever the hell you do.
Surprisingly, it's not an 8 out of 9. It's like a 7 out of 10 for me. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, what did you think of the movie?
If that fight scene didn't exist, it would be one Smokies. There's nothing happens in this movie.
Okay, that is crazy.
How long was
There's
this
actual
movie?
substance in the movie.
How long was this movie?
I think it was like an hour long. It was
3.5 Smokies.
okay. There's actual things happening in the movie. You're saying there's nothing.
Nothing.
Well, you already stated why there's nothing. I don't think that's true at all.
What do you mean?
Because
What do you mean? I like that the movie starts
okay,
and it doesn't meander, right? I like that.
I mean it kind of meanders in
Where?
the second act.
The flashbacks, right?
Not, I think
they
a
cut out
little
the
bit in
flashbacks-
the train scene. I think kind of drags on a little bit too long.
Well, they got like a 13-hour train ride. They got to fill it in.
I don't know if it really. I think it could have been a good
None of
time to really develop between like Ron and Jay Kelly's relationship to kind of add a bit of a emotional weight for the third act of the movie to really
because
make it work.
We got to listen to Adam Sandler call him Puppy for 45 minutes. No, Puppy. I love you, Puppy.
That's a little bit more than that, but okay.
Yeah. Well, nothing happens in this movie of anything. The only reason I even gave it 3.5 things
not true.
is the fight scene, which was hilarious. It honestly, it does a good job of combining all of these complex relationships in a 1 hour and 40-minute movie or 2 hour and 5-minute movie.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think Jay Kelly feels...
I think that's
And
impressive.
I like that Jay Kelly feels like a fleshed out character and we know a bit more about his life and his...
We learn quickly who he is and what he is.
Yeah, pretty much.
We don't have to. We get a glimpse of his childhood just from his relationship in that like 5-10 minute scene with his dad. You get a glimpse of his parenting in just his interactions with his daughters. We don't need to dive into all this stuff. So that's why it gets that many Smokies. But if you're expecting the happy ending, the movie with excitement and even edge of your seat suspense.
It's not trying to be that.
It doesn't do any of that.
It's more like a character-driven kind of narrative.
Yeah. Don't make me watch it again.
Well, we'll probably watch a movie like that again because I love those kind of movies. So.
Yeah. Why did I say? I thought we were gonna watch cool stuff. This was a cool movie. This was a cool movie, but I don't think it's.
Said the guy gave it like a 3.5 stars.
It on the Smokey scale.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. What would you,
that's terrible.
What would you want me to rate it?
I don't know. A 6 or 6.
I have like there's like 4 measurements in my scale. You have like 13. Of course, yours is going to be higher. Was it a good movie?
Yes.
Yes. Was it a stupid movie?
No.
Yes. Was it storyline where you're kind of excited, waiting to see what happens next? No.
Yeah, kind of.
No. No. You're waiting for something happy, something good to happen to him. As Jay Kelly as the person, and it doesn't come. And when it doesn't come, I leave.
Again, it's just not for you then, because that's exactly what it's trying to be.
It's not for anybody like me.
Now, our question is do we recommend this movie? I personally would recommend it. If you like Adam Sandler in dramatic roles, or you just like George Clooney in movies, this is definitely a recommendation. Or cinephiles like me who really love Noah Baumbach, this is definitely the film I recommend.
No.
Yeah, of course you would say no. You're the same guy that gave it a 3.5 on the Smokey scale.
How about this? Very well made.
There you go. There you go.
And
you got it.
But if, like I said, if you like the formula in these types of movies and you want one thing to go this guy's way, it just doesn't come. But you know he deserves it. It's a movie. It doesn't have to, not everything has to imitate real life. Of course, in real life, things don't work out that way. But in movies, I'd like to see it work out.
That's just not how films always work out.
Yeah, that's why.
Same way of life. God dang it, man.
Is this one of the, who produced this? Netflix produced this movie?
Netflix, yes, it did produce it.
And they just bought HBO, huh? And Warner Brothers.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
It's not good?
No, because what will happen is that it'll kind of like... they'll make less theatrical movies in short amount of time.
Oh, that's what you're sad about? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't even think of that. I got excited that I can cancel.
Also, competition is non-existent, which competition is a very important thing in order to make something that's actually good.
Yeah, that's one of the pillars of capitalism.
If Netflix buys Warner Bros., that means there's less competition.
Yeah, I didn't think of all those things. You know what I thought of?
What did you...
Oh, I can cancel my HBO Max subscription now.
Well, not anytime soon. I think they make the final deals in 2026.
Oh, okay. So another year of HBO Max. I can't wait. Is there any other streaming service that they're gonna absorb?
I don't know.
Okay, Hulu.
No, Hulu's Disney.
Oh, well, HBO Max is on Hulu too.
No.
Nope. Anyway, well, we'll be seeing more Netflix, straight to Netflix movies, and then we'll get all the Warner Brothers catalog on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. But we just won't get any new content. I don't know. I was listening to a podcast today. I was listening to Armchair Expert.
Armchair
you know that
Expert?
one? With
yeah,
Dak Shepard
I've heard of it.
And Monica Padman.
I watched a couple of episodes.
They had the guy from, The New Girl. I forgot his name. The love interest, her love interest.
Jake Johnson?
Jake Johnson? Yeah. He was talking about how he loves the way it is now because he can do a lot of different things that have a niche, like a certain group of people will love that and they'll see him in it. And then he can move on and do some, there's a bit of anonymity in the way art is being created in this kind of, digital era. So it's interesting from an actor's perspective to see that. He's like, there's places I couldn't go for years because I was so recognizable. He goes, now I've done so many projects and I've kind of faded into normal in his personal life. So it was an interesting take. So maybe it is a good thing Netflix is buying it. Maybe you'll get more content, but maybe you're not going to get these I think the era of blockbuster movies is coming to.
Maybe we'll make a special episode about that, but we'll see.
I don't know. Did you listen to last week's podcast with Uncle John and Erica?
I did.
Even Uncle John said, he goes, the blockbuster space is now dominated by comic book movies and Pixar cartoons.
Well, comic book movies, that's different because with comic book movies,
But that's what's considered blockbuster now. Anything
here's the
that's
thing: they're not really $billion films anymore. Like
right,
this
but
year,
studios aren't spending money on releases that aren't those things.
it really depends.
Like Jay Kelly, when I was growing up, would have been a major release. You know what I mean?
It probably would have been a
Major studio release.
Yeah,
and
probably.
it would be on every screen across the country.
Oh,
now,
yeah, it definitely would.
right. So who knows? It's more accessible now. Content and media is more accessible. And, a lot of people in the creative space are enjoying that they have the freedom to do these things that they want to do.
Yep.
No one would produce Jack and Jill. So anyway, well, let's see what the reviews said on Jay Cutler. On Jay Cutler. That's a football
Jay
player.
Kelly.
Jay Kelly. So this got a pretty good response. So really,
pretty good.
I think again, Auden, the internet and the nerds picked
I don't know about the nerds.
agree with you more than they agreed with me. 75% on the tomato meter.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
86% on the popcorn meter.
That's pretty good.
All right, let's see what some of these characters have to say. Go ahead.
Right, so we're going to start with some of the reviews. So it was written by a man named Max White, who works under the New York Magazine, and he gave it a 3 out of 4. And he said, there's an excellent here work from Clooney, who gives arguably his best performance ever, and is meta dissection of his own career and of the strange paradox of having life that belongs to everyone but yourself. I do agree with this review for the most part.
Aside from the grammatic errors in this guy's review, there's
I don't know how he's working for a New York magazine.
I don't either. There's excellent here work and
excellent work here from
right. And then
Clooney.
who gives arguably his best performance ever in this a meta discussion of his own.
I do think he gives a great performance here, and it's one of his better performances. But I think he's done better roles. Like I loved him in Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah, I think George Clooney is a great actor.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, I love his work.
I've always really liked George Clooney, but
I don't know if this is a meta dissection of his own career.
in a way, I can see that because
We don't know his personal life. We don't know how.
we don't know,
He
but
doesn't have daughters. Like he has.
he did.
Huh?
He does.
Where?
They're twins.
They're
George Clooney.
Not for most of his life.
Probably not for
You know
most
what I
of
mean?
his life.
He has kids kind of at the tail end of his career, right?
Yeah, but at least he actually balances his life and actually,
Who knows? How did this guy make a
mean-
judgment on George Clooney's personal life? It's not a meta. If it's a meta dissection of his own career, I don't think so. The movie's not about his career.
I mean, in a way, you can view it as like a reflection of his own career.
Max doesn't know how to write or knows what he's talking about. Next.
We got another one from Sean Collier, who works under the Pittsburgh Magazine, and he gave it a 9 out of 10. That's pretty good. And he said, in short, it's good, and you'll be emotional at the end, but good luck explaining why.
It's a good summary.
I think it is. He is right. It is emotional, but I think it's not like complex or anything. It's pretty simple.
Sadness is an emotion.
Yeah, sadness is an emotion, but it is
Anger is an emotion.
and but it's not to the point where it's like it's like not understandable. It is understandable. He doesn't feel contempt of his life, and the people around him don't show up. And the only person that did was Ron, who he's known personally.
Right, but he's saying you'll be emotional and you won't know how to explain why.
But it's easy to explain why.
Why were you emotional at the end of this movie?
Not necessarily so, no.
Oh, okay. Then
It certainly had its...
I think you watched it too tactically. That's why you're watching it from a technical perspective. You need to watch it from a human perspective.
I do that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Human.
I do. I
Not
do
4:3 ratio. I don't know what.
I literally mentioned things that were actually more than that.
And you felt nothing at the end of this movie?
I didn't felt too much because, again, I just wish they built more of the relationship between, Jay Kelly and
See,
Ron.
that's technical.
That's
You're
not
being
technical.
You don't think that's technical?
No.
When he said, I'd like to do it over again, you felt nothing?
I felt a little bit of emotions, yeah, and it made sense for the kind of, motivation he wanted in the movie.
Because that's what he's trying to draw out of you at the end of it.
Yeah.
I felt sad for him. I felt sad for him, the character, and angry at Noah Baumbach, the director. Anyway, what's the next character saying?
Dennis Harvey from 48 Hills, and gave it no stars, no rating, but he gave it a splat on Rotten Tomatoes. He says, Baumbach can't sell earnest emotions he clearly doesn't believe in, and his large starry cast seems wasted in roles that never develop relatable dimensionality. While I've seen worse films this year, few have seemed quite so fundamentally fraudulent.
I don't know, Dennis. That seems a bit harsh.
I mean, I wish they do develop a little bit dimensions when it comes to, like, Liz and Ron, and we get a little bit of that.
Why do people need to be so multidimensional in movies?
I mean, it depends on the movie you're talking about.
That's kind of the point of this movie, isn't it? You tell me if I'm wrong. Jay Kelly is one-dimensional, trying to be multidimensional, but he can't avoid being this one-dimensional person. I think that's the point of the movie.
I can see that. I can definitely see that for sure, and you can tell that he's really trying to,
He's Jay
connect
Kelly,
and relate to the character.
He's trying to break from that single thing of Jay Kelly the actor and to become Jay Kelly the father, the son, the friend.
Yeah, that's basically what his goal is, and I think it, it came from Timothy, who reminded him of his own life.
Right. Never develop relatable dimensionality. I don't know. That's the whole point. He's a superstar. We can't relate to him. Dennis Harvey. You gave it a splat. I agree with the splat. I just don't agree with the commentary.
And then now we got another one. Jeff York, who works under the Establishing Shot, who rated the film at a 2.5 out of 4. And his review is basically, a lot of the film works as it strives to paint a sad and moving story about the cost of fame, but too often it gets in its own way by having Clooney be so much like Kelly and vice versa.
What?
I mean, it is about the cost of fame. He's not wrong.
It is, but it's got nothing to do with Clooney, like George Clooney, the actor.
I mean, you can see it as that.
I don't. The only thing comparable is the level of fame between.
I say it's like that because you see a compilation of his movies at the end, which I guess in a way you could interpret that as a reflection of his own career.
I think these people don't know who George Clooney is personally and are just inserting things. I think the only thing the character and George Clooney, the actor, have in common is their level of fame. Other than that, we don't know anything about George, the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know him personally. If I met George Clooney tomorrow, I only know him as George Clooney, the actor. I don't know him George Clooney, the father, the husband of this and that. I think these people are just trying to get people to read their articles. That's my take.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. And this is a semi-splat, 2.5 out of 4. That's like 60%. That's a D.
But
That's a passing grade.
I do agree that it is about the cost of fame, which he's not wrong, because of the impact, his fame really left on his own personal life, and the kind of struggle to balance that life.
No, yeah, there's a lot of pressure in that business, it seems. At least from our perspective, like from what we see of the industry, there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, from what we've seen.
Yeah, you employ. It's like running. Like an actor is a person, but they're also an enterprise, right? They're a product. I don't mean a product in the sense of like I'm a consultant, right? My job is a consultant. My product is my knowledge, right? My knowledge in a specific space. And for him, his product is his thing, his personality, his charm, his acting capabilities, his marketability, all of that. But then he employs hundreds of people, and then his movies employ thousands of people. So there's a lot of pressure for an actor. I get it. How come a CEO isn't as scrutinized? Because they're just as busy as an actor. You know what I mean? It's a tough job. I see it in interviews that I listen to and podcasts that I listen to. I give them a ton of grace. Although I think Jay Kelly, the character, is, he could have made a choice. He didn't have to work all of that stuff while raising his children. I don't think it's the industry that made him those. Anyway, let's read some of the user ones. These are my favorite.
Yeah, they're not my favorite.
They're my favorite because, it's always nonsense and it's fun.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely nonsense, and that's what makes it hilarious.
Rich7 gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This film was a slow burner, but I enjoyed it. As the tears welled up in my eyes, I sat staring through the end credits, reminded that the only thing that we have of value in life are the people we share it with. Okay, I mean, that's what he got out of it, right?
Yeah.
I get it.
I interpreted it that way, too.
I think that's what they're going for. Like, hey, don't waste it.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna turn 70 one day, and you're gonna look back and go, was any of it worth it? I get it.
I can interpret it that way for sure.
Pissed me off, but I get it.
And it's about also too just the relationships he's made with the people he's worked with or the people in his own personal life.
Yeah.
And just the impact fame can really have on your life.
Right. See, I would have rewritten this. I would have given this 2 stars and go, all this reminded me of is how sad life is, and we'll never be happy ever again.
Again, these
no
aren't-
matter what we get.
I mean, these aren't like professional like journalism.
Please.
Here.
Okay. Max Weiss is a professional writer, and Rich Seven explained this movie better than he did. I say Max Weiss gives his check to Rich Seven. Gene B gave it 5 stars. What a splendid, heartfelt movie. I don't think Gene B watched this movie. Because it wasn't heartfelt.
I don't know if
all.
I really agree that it's home.
At all. And she goes, I would like to see it again. I recommend you do. I recommend you do, Gene.
Actually, this is a review I chose because I kind of weirdly interpret it as like a little reference to the end of the movie. Kind of like paraphrasing what...
Oh, what did he say? Do over? I'd like to do it again?
Yeah.
What did he say? Hang on. I think I still have the quote up.
Because I kind of like interpreting it.
Can we go again? I'd like another one. I honestly think Gene should watch it.
I think it's way funnier to kind of like interpret it as like a little reference to it.
Right.
And that's why I chose that review.
Right.
But I could just be overanalyzing it.
No, I like the reference because in the movie, George Clooney, Jay Kelly, you can't go back, but Gene B, go back and watch this movie because it's the furthest from heartfelt. You get another take, and then come back and write it properly. Let's see what the next one's at. Brian G gave it 1 star. One of the first Clooney movies I couldn't even finish. like watching Rocky if he just worked in the meat factory the whole time.
What is he talking about? The meat factory?
Yeah, remember when he worked at the butcher factory in Rocky?
Oh,
so he's saying
okay.
This movie was like if Rocky wasn't a boxing movie, it was just Stallone working in a meat factory.
Okay, I don't think that's true at all.
I'd watch that movie.
It would be funny, but the problem...
Adrienne.
No, but the problem is that Jay Kelly's not like that at all. It doesn't feel like he's working for a meat factory at all. That's like
I have no idea what this guy's
That's
saying.
like saying, "Oh my God, we gotta focus on Jay Kelly's like next movie." That's what it feels like, but it's not that at all. It's more interesting to focus on his like personal life and what his goals are. Honestly, and that's not really the movie.
Yeah, honestly, this review didn't make any sense to me at all. I just thought it was hilarious, and I like the fact that he mentioned Rocky, so I put it in.
But also, too, those movies are completely different, too. So I don't know why you mentioned it that way. Because Rocky is like an underdog story, while Jay Kelly's not.
That's not what he was referring to. He thinks if Rocky was just a movie based on Sylvester Stallone's character just working at a butcher shop, not a boxer, like working at the meat factory, instead of like he's saying that movie's boring and this movie was boring, essentially. That movie would be boring in this movie. But I'll tell you right now, I'd watch an hour and a half of Rocky going to work. You know why?
Why?
Because...
It's just because Rocky's kind of a funny character?
Yeah. You're a character. Just watching things happen.
I mean, he's pretty serious in Rocky 1, though.
Who?
Rocky 1.
Yeah,
it would be nice to him, like, having a little bit of a relationship, because in the first Rocky movie, you can tell he's, like, friends with, like, everyone around him.
Yeah,
and, like,
he's charming. He's a good guy. You know? That's one of the 2 movies that I think he was charming in.
Honestly, I forgot he worked at a meat factory.
Yeah, right. That's where he started training.
I thought he was, like, a drug dealer.
Rocky?
Yeah. At least that's how I remembered it.
How are you making me watch these kinds of movies and we're not rewatching Rocky? To like catch you up. Are you kidding me? All right. And then we got Charles E, who gave it 2 stars. Not interesting, and for me the movie dragged on and on. Please don't Adam Sandler cry anymore. Which I think he's trying to say, please don't make Adam Sandler cry anymore.
Or just him in dramatic movies.
Right. He is much better when he is laughing.
Oh boy, I could not agree with anything about that at all. Because here's the thing about me. I like Adam Sandler more as a dramatic actor than he is comedically. There are certainly good comedic roles Adam Sandler has done in the past. I'm a fan of him in Happy Gilmore. I'm a fan of him in Wedding Singer. I'm a fan of him in Waterboy. Big Daddy, even.
I admire Sandler for doing these serious roles.
I don't even admire it. I love that he's doing these kind of roles.
Right. You love it.
I
love Sandler. I grew up with Sandler. Right.
With that era of like SNL.
Yeah. He's a few years older than me, but I grew up with Sandler.
10 years.
And he's what? He's 10 years older than me?
1966.
Holy crap. He's that much older than me.
Yeah.
I told you wow. He had kids when he was 10 years older than me. His kids are the same age as you. One of the kids.
Yeah. They're close to my age.
Me and Mommy met Adam Sandler and his wife in Columbus Circle one day.
This is
when Mommy was pregnant with Aden. So technically Aden met Adam Sandler too. He just doesn't know it.
Or I just didn't even know it.
Yeah. I don't like to bother people. And funny enough, Adam Sandler was married the same day me and Mommy were married.
So June 21st?
No.
June 20th.
No. June 22nd. June 20th, my birthday, bro. June 22nd, 2003. The Sandler family had begun and the Masurgeon clan had begun on the same day.
Yeah.
And so we met him and his wife. Very pleasant, very nice people. And I love Adam Sandler.
But it's very obvious he didn't want to be in that.
What?
He obviously it felt awkward for him being in that situation.
No, he was very nice. He was very nice.
No? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. We spoke for like 3 or 4 minutes and then we went about our day. It's New York City. You see these people, you don't make a big deal about it. You just kind of move on. We saw like David Bowie walking around Tribeca with his daughter.
Ooh, that's cool.
A lot of cool like things like that. But people don't typically bother them. I don't like bothering them. Mommy will immediately run up and talk to them. And here's the thing. You're going to have to believe us because we don't have any picture.
No.
so anyway, so I like that Sandler does these kinds of movies. And I
really
admire
do.
him, but I really do enjoy Sandler in his comedies. And I know he gets some flack from the internet for it, but I still enjoy all.
I mean, deservedly so.
Get
Because
out.
here's the thing about it, for me at least. I think after, I say, The Longest Yard, I say his comedic films have gone worse in quality to the point you
You
kind
didn't
of...
like Grown Ups?
Grubs was not that good. Jack and Jill was terrible. That's My Boy is one of the worst comedies I've ever seen in my life. Maybe not the worst, but it's one of my least favorite.
Which one?
That's My Boy.
I don't remember that one.
Good. You don't remember it. And I'm not explaining it here because it's a little inappropriate.
I don't remember that one, but if I watch it again, I'll watch all Sandler movies. So he's always, he's got a fan for life with me, and I enjoy Sandler comedies. Some of the newer ones, yeah, maybe they don't land with your generation, but our generation likes it. I liked Happy Gilmore too.
But I really love his dramatic work, like Punch Drunk Love, on Meyerowitz Story, which is also directed by Noah Baumbach.
Who? Meyer Story?
Meyerowitz Story.
Is that a new one?
No, that's from 8 years ago.
I don't know what that is.
But I guess for the standards of like Noah Baumbach films, yeah, it's probably one of his more recent films.
Does it have a happy ending?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, the ending, though.
No. You're trying to sell me on watching this stupid movie.
I'm not saying that. It's just, I think it's a very...
No. You didn't say yeah with a lot of conviction. No. I ain't watching that shit.
He also was amazing in Uncut Gems. That movie feels entirely different from anything I've seen from Adam Sandler.
No, he was good in that. He was good in that. He was good.
He was amazing in Punch Drunk Love.
I'm not saying he's bad as those things. I just like him more in his comedies.
For me, I'm the opposite of that. I really like him more as a dramatic actor than I do comedically.
Okay, well, next time we see him, we'll tell him.
Maybe.
All right. So that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen, on
That is a wrap.
Jay Cutler Kelly.
Keep messing it up. You'll get it one day.
Auden says go watch it if
say
you
go
like
watch
these
it.
kinds of movies that are steeped more in reality and real life experiences. Then I say, if you have time to kill, watch it if nothing else is on. So,
Oh my God.
thanks everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Now,
Say it. Send us out.
all right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.